Hello and welcome to this video and to a rather warm London. Today's not going to be quite so bad. Yesterday we hit about 34 degrees, which feels different when you're not abroad. I've basically just got up. As you may or may not know, I essentially just fling on yesterday's clothes and then take the dog for a walk. But I thought I'd start this vlog now because there's quite a lot to do and I'm a bit worried that I'll forget. So that's why we're doing it. The wedding now feels like a distant past, and that's part of the reason why we've got so much to do, because obviously for that 2 weeks we didn't really clean, so we've got to clean the flat today. My parents are also turning up at about 3, I think, because today we're going to see The Drifter's Girl down at the Garrick Theatre, which was mine and my brother's birthday present to my mum, and I'll link that video where we surprised her, although it ended up like 2 weekends a month. But I'll link that video anyway for you if you're interested. So we're going to go and see that tonight. Let's say first we need to clean. We need to try and book in some house viewings for next weekend because we're planning on going up to do that. What else do we need to do? Oh, you know, washing and all of that kind of stuff. There was another important thing, but I can't remember what it is. I might buy some new dresses because as it's been warm I've realised that a lot of my dresses are a bit short now and maybe a bit inappropriate for my age. We'll see whether we get to that one or not. So yeah, I better get moving because there's a certain dog over there, Jeff, who's eager to go for a walk. Do you want to go for a walk? Yes? Much claws. So we better head on out and go. Thank you. Oh, one thing I did want to ask. Anybody got any tips for getting a dog to drink water in the heat? Because you're not being very good at it, have you, Jeffy? You never have been. He doesn't drink a lot anyway. He never has. But obviously when we were getting to those high temperatures yesterday, I was trying to force feed him a bit more, give him ice cubes and things, but he's not all that susceptible to it. So any tips on how to get your pets / dogs to drink more when it's hot, let me know in the comments below. Thank you. Anyway, now I'd really better go and take the dog for a walk. Jeffy. I'm now really upset. I've been doing really well with cleaning and Pete's been trying to sort out houses, and I just went to help him for all of like 2 minutes to come back to find that Jeff has been eating the face off the teddy that my brother bought me when I was born. I have had that teddy for 31 years and now the dog has ruined it. He hasn't chewed anything in ages. Why did he pick that? Of all the things in this room he could have chewed, why that one? But then I don't know which of the other teddies on that chair I would have been more upset about. Because the big penguin. And the big penguin was at my granny's house. Obviously this is a new one made for the wedding for me. And this is my favourite one, and this is Pete's. And then there was a special teddy. So I'm really upset now and I'm going to ignore the dog for the rest of the day. So we have brought Mum and Dad to a real posh place for Mum's birthday treat.
Oh yeah!
We're at an all-you-can-eat Chinese.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's part of it, the tickets.
Yes, it's not just this. The show's the main thing.
Though if we get to fill up on prawn toast, I'm like, well,
Mum won't fill up with prawn toast, but there's spring rolls, she'll be fine. morning. It's now the next day. Excuse my crazy hair. So I was going to get feedback from Mum, Dad and Adam of what they thought of Drifter's Girl. But when we came out of the theatre there was like this commotion. The police had blocked off one of the roads into Leicester Square because there was a man sitting up a very high building. So obviously fear that he was either going to jump or going to fall. And he then started moving on said building. I don't know whether he was throwing things or banging on the window or what, but the situation didn't look good, so we were not keen to hang around and see the outcome of that. But hopefully said man is okay. Which means though that no one gave you any feedback on Drifter's Girl. So that's why I'm coming in now. It was a really good show. It was at the Garrick Theatre, which is sort of a high, like a tall, thin one. So the stage goes back quite far, but it's not very wide. So I think they used the space really well. It was all sort of slick and lighting and all of that kind of stuff, which I enjoyed a lot. And then, have I even told you what Drifter's Girl is about? Well, Drifter's Girl is about Faye, I can't even say my own name, Faye Treadwell, who was the, I guess, manager of the Drifters, who do, you know, Under the Boardwalk and that kind of thing. We're not sure. Give them a Google, because they're sort of the 60s, 50s, 60s, that kind of band. So it's the story of the Drifters and her fight as a black female in that time in a male-dominated industry, and etc, etc. And the Drifters have quite an interesting story, it turned out, which I didn't know about. So yeah, it was a really good show. Very small cast, only a cast of 6 people. So 4 men playing hundreds of parts. Beverly Knight was Faye Treadwell, and then there was, I feel really bad because I can't remember her name, but she was about 12, playing the daughter of the Treadwells. And it all worked really well, and the singing was good. I would say that the guy that played Benny King, I can't remember his name because I'm rubbish at this stuff. If you've watched any of these theatre things, you either know I have my laptop open so I can remember the names of the people, or I don't remember them, which is really bad because I really should give credit to people that I see in shows. It also didn't help that we had a lot of understudies. Not saying that's a bad thing, but we had a lot of understudies and I'm not entirely sure who we actually saw in the roles of each person. But the guy that played Benny King, I really liked him because he's the only one that really distinctly changed his mannerisms and voice and stuff for each of the characters, which made it a bit easier to follow. But he was probably one I least enjoyed his singing voice because he riffed everywhere, and the singing songs you don't really want that all over the place, at least I didn't. But some of the other guys were really good, so I guess swings and roundabouts are there. Beverly Knight, who was playing Faye Treadwell, she's really good. She has an incredible voice, as you probably would have expected. My only criticism is I would have liked to have opened her eyes a bit more. And she's singing, she shuts her eyes a lot. But as an audience member, that makes it a bit more difficult to, connect with the character and the song and things like that. If she'd opened her eyes a bit more and looked a bit more around the auditorium, there might have been a bit more connection. So yeah, enjoyed it, all in all. That's my first musical since Addams Family, which feels like a very long time ago. I have seen a couple of plays in between, but I have not seen a musical for a while. So it's nice to be back in a theatre with some songs. As you can probably tell, I am walking Jeff. Because me and Pete have another busy day today, which I won't be taking you along for this one. It's not really something I can film for you. But because we have a busy day, I thought I would do this bit while I'm walking Jeff this morning. in the much cooler temperature than it was yesterday morning. Cleaning the bathroom yesterday, I was rather sweaty, but you didn't really need to know that. So yeah, I'm gonna get on and do what I've got to do today. So with that in mind, I'm gonna end this video here. So if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you're interested in seeing what we're getting up to, we've got quite a lot planned and quite a lot going on. It just seems to be the theme of this year. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.